Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a pretty big declutter. I've been collecting all of this stuff since my last empties video, or my last declutter video I should say, which I will go ahead and link to up there. I think it's just about a year old now, so I've been collecting a lot of this stuff for quite a while. How I do declutters is I keep a little basket in my bathroom, and every time I come across a different product, whether it's makeup or anything else, anytime I come across a product that I decide that I no longer want to keep, I just throw it in the basket waiting for this particular video. And I think it's been just about a year since I've done a declutter video, so it's well past time to kind of clear everything out. Now I have a lot of stuff that is just getting old that I'm going to just go ahead and throw away, and then I also have quite a few makeup products that I haven't ever used, haven't ever touched, that I'm going to be donating. There's actually a little pantry here in my town that is really great. It's run through a local church, and a lot of times people will just go and donate food to the little pantry, and then people who need it can just come and take whatever they need. It's really nice. The people that take stuff don't ever have to talk to anybody, so if they're embarrassed about needing something, they don't ever have to see anybody, but it's always full, which is really awesome. I have donated myself a couple of times, so I decided that I'm going to take a bunch of my makeup over there. I might actually wait for at least another month or so it's not super cold, because some of this stuff is cream and I don't want it to freeze, but I will eventually take all of that stuff over there, and hopefully they like it. If I hear through Facebook or something that they really were not interested in makeup, then I won't do it again, but I thought I would try it. I have donated makeup to a homeless shelter before, and I know they were really appreciative of it, so maybe the people that use this little pantry might like it as well. I don't know, we will see. I just decided that instead of just throwing everything away, giving it to friends that have a ton of makeup, I might as well give it to somebody that might actually really need some makeup. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So this declutter is going to be mostly makeup, but I do have I think 4 different things that are non-makeup that I'm just gonna kind of breeze through. Here is something from Rock. This is the Retinol Correction Deep Wrinkle Night Cream. I think I got this in a Target beauty box. I have used about half of it, but I'm currently using a Retin-A from my doctor, and you cannot use both together, so I have no need for that. I plan on being on Retin-A for a very long time now that I don't plan on having any more children. I love Retin-A. And then here is something from Umberto. I think this also might have been from a Target beauty box. This is their lifting powder. It's for your hair, and well, this stuff does really work. I think I purchased the Batiste one of these a couple of years ago, and it just left my hair feeling so sticky and just gross. I really did not like that stuff. And then here's something from Fortune Cookie Soap. This is a powdered dry shampoo, and I don't know where I found this, but it is all nasty and gunky looking on the top. I don't know if I ever actually used this, but this jar just looks kind of gross, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And then here is something that I probably should have thrown away many years ago. I would think that this is probably at least 10 years old at this point. This is a Sally Hansen cuticle remover. I do not feel comfortable putting that on my nails, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that away. All right, so now let's move on to all of the makeup that I have used. Most of this I probably will just throw away because it's getting old. Some of the stuff I could definitely see if a friend wants it, but I'm just gonna be honest, most of this stuff will probably just end up in the trash. I don't feel comfortable giving a lot of this stuff away because, like I said, a lot of it is old. The first couple of things here, yeah, I've got 3 of these, are little eyeliners from Lorac. I believe I purchased these on Haute Look a couple of years ago. This brown one I have used quite a bit, but it's just getting so old. So yeah, definitely not going to be giving anybody any eyeliner. This purple one, I opened this one the other day as I was going through all of this stuff, and it's got weird bubbles on it. I don't know if you'll even be able to see that, but it just looks unsanitary, so I do not feel comfortable giving that one away. I do have one that I have not touched that I will be donating, but these 3 right here are just going in the garbage. Then I've got a few powder products. I've got 2 just loose pans here. This is a blush from a Cargo duo I had a couple of years ago. Last year I think I panned the bronzer from this little duo. I'm just not a big fan of this color of blush. I know I'm not going to use it, and this would be really hard to give away to somebody, so that's just going in the trash. Here's a little eyeshadow from Urban Decay. I think I got this in an Ipsy bag. This is the shade Fireball, and as you can see, I have used this. I really tried to get this to work. Sorry, you guys know I have focus problems sometimes, but I really did try to get this to work, and it just does not look good on my eyes. I could never get it to work right, and just always looked weird, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Then here are 2 bronzers that I have. This one I could definitely see if a friend might want this one. This one is from Too Faced. It is the Sun Bunny bronzer. I have used it, and I have tried to make this one work. I I just can't. I really hate how this looks on me. I don't know if it's too orange or if it's just a little bit too sparkly or metallic. I don't know, just something about that one I am not a fan of, unfortunately. And then here's one from Laura Mercier, and I have been trying to make this one work forever. This is a little sample that I got from Sephora. This is their bronze number 3, and I have really whittled that down here. So I've used this a ton, and I just realized it's so orange on me. I really never ever like how the bronzer looks, so that one is also going away. And then here's a little blush that I have from Model Co. This one was an Ipsy thing that I got a long time ago, and this is in their shade Cosmopolitan. And this one is very similar to this other blush that I'm going to be getting rid of because I just don't like this kind of color on me. I prefer like a more peachy kind of blush as opposed to like a light pink blush. And then the last thing I'm going to be getting rid of is this Hard Candy thing. It was a trio and now it's a duo because the bronzer fell out. The blush is okay. The highlight is just really chunky and it's very glittery. I have quite a big dip in the highlighter though. It's just not something that I'm reaching for anymore, so I decided to go ahead and get rid of it. And moving on, I've decided to get rid of one foundation. This is of course the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, the matte and poreless version. I have it in shade 120 Classic Ivory. It's been a really long time since I've used this, but I think this is probably too dark for me. I don't know, maybe it's kind of the right shade, I don't know. But I really did not ever really care for this foundation. I used, I don't know, I think I'm maybe just about here. So I did use it, but I was nowhere near finishing this. If I was closer to down here, then I would just go ahead and finish it up. But it was just really thick and heavy from what I remember. And lately I've just really been preferring a much lighter weight, lighter coverage kind of foundation. So that is just not meeting my needs as far as a foundation goes anymore. And then finally, I'm going to be getting rid of my ColourPop, what is this? The Super Shock Shadow. I think in the last 2 declutter videos that I've done, I've kind of gradually started to get rid of all of my Super Shock shadows. I think I only ever had 3, so in each video I've like gotten rid of 1, but this I believe is my last one, and you guys, I just don't like these. This one is starting to get dried out now too. It's probably like 3 years old, and this is in the shade Hammered. It's just a really glittery green shade. This was probably the best out of the other 2 that I got, so that's why I held on to this one long enough, but I never reached for it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it now. Then here's a little eyebrow product from Etude House. This is the Tint My Brows Gel. I actually did an entire video on this stuff 2 years ago now, I think. If I remember, I will link that up in the cards there. It was a really fun video. This is the weird stuff that you kind of paint on your brows and you leave it for a couple of hours and then you can kind of peel it off. If I remember, I think Tati just did a video on this stuff or something very similar. I didn't watch it, but I think I saw that pop up in my feed the other day. And it was fun to try, but it's, you know, you guys know I got my eyebrows microbladed, so I really don't need this right now. And it's quite old, you know, it's getting over 2 years old now. Oh gosh, oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, that would not like paint on my eyebrows very well. It was a lot more liquidy from what I remember when I first tried it out. So that just needs to go because it's well past its expiration date, I'm sure. All right, then everything else that I'm just going to be getting rid of is a lip product. And I went through my collection and I was savage to my lip product collection. You guys know I have a huge lip product collection. So I went really hard on it and I was able to get rid of a lot of stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of quickly go through everything here. Here are 2 lipsticks from City Color. These were their matte lipsticks. I think I got this at Ross a couple of years ago in a little set. I never reached for them. This is another thing from City Color. This was a liquid lipstick or a creamy lip stain. I think this was from an Ipsy bag. This was a pretty color, but it's been a really long time since I've reached for that, so I'm gonna say goodbye to that one. Then here are 3 Revlon lipsticks. This, what was this formula? It's like the HD formula or something. Yeah, the Revlon Ultra HD lipsticks. I've got 3 of them here, and I just never really cared for this formula. I've tried it, and I remember the marketing on this was like it's one swipe full coverage, and I never felt that to be the case. I thought you definitely needed to kind of build this collection up. And I've got the colors here, Gladiolus, Petunia, and Primrose. And again, I just never really cared for that formula, and they're getting old, so bye-bye. Here's a Maybelline lipstick that I am actually kind of sad to get rid of, but this is just kind of a hot mess now. This is the matte lipstick in the shade Craving Coral, and you can see it has been used and abused. There is some up in the cap there. I don't know what happened to it, but it's just like kind of melted. It got all over somehow. I don't know. It's just kind of really messy now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say goodbye to it. I do really like this color, and I was tempted to hold on to it, but I think the actual bullet kind of just you know, kind of shakes around when you try to apply it, so it's just not worth it to keep it, even though I really do like that color. I might consider repurchasing it at one point because it's so pretty, and I don't know that I have anything else that like bright hot coral color, but I've got so many other lipsticks. I really need to whittle that collection down before I think about purchasing anything else right now. Then here's something from Traystique. This was like their little lip crayon in the color Chili Red. I think this was from an Ipsy bag, as I have hair in my mouth. All right, there we go. And this was just a really strange color. It was like thick, but it was like very sheer, and I just really didn't like how that looked on my lips. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to that. Here's a lipstick from Laura Geller, and this is like the cutest little lipstick. It says like Love Laura on there, so if your name is Laura, you should definitely pick up a couple of these because they're adorable. But there's all sorts of gunk around the edges. I don't know what is going on there. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's all sorts of gunk around the edges there, and I don't know what it is, so I think that's kind of gross, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. Here is something from NYX. This is their lip, or their butter lip balm in the color, what is this one, Lady Fingers? Yeah, this one was Lady Fingers, and this was in my very first Ipsy bag I ever got, but it's just kind of starting to dry out. It still has a very faint scent to it, but nothing like it used to. From what I remember, this was pretty potent in the smell department. And the color, I don't know, it's not my favorite. So I decided I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. And then here is something that this should have just been thrown away many months ago because this thing is so gross. I hate this thing so much. This is from SW Basics, and this is their citrus lip balm, but it has or it only has like 5 ingredients in it, which is awesome. I think that's really cool. But the first ingredient is cocoa butter, so it smells like chocolate, and it also has like the citrus oil in it, and just the two just make a really nauseating smell. Oh my, ugh. Gross. And I want to say I got this around the time that I was pregnant. I could be wrong. Maybe I got it before, but I think I smelled this when I was pregnant, and I was just like almost like threw up. It was so disgusting. And then here's something from Benefit. Okay, can you tell me what you do with these? This is the Lolly Tint, and it's such a weird thing. Like, you put it on your hand, okay? I did this the other day, and then you try to blend it out, and you can still see like where you actually put it. So it does not blend out very well. So I don't want to use that like as a cheek stain because it's going to have like a little stripe and then like the color around it, but you're still going to be able to see exactly where you put the product. So I don't know how to use it. So I decided I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it because yeah, I just don't think that would look pretty anywhere, and I can't really see that as being a nice lip color either. And then the last thing I think that I'm just going to be probably getting rid of is this little tinted lip balm. Sorry if my voice sounds weird too. I'm kind of getting over a cold. I'm sorry this is TMI, but I've got a lot of like phlegm in the back of my throat right now, and it's kind of going all over the place because I'm just trying to talk really fast to get through this long video. So also I apologize if I'm talking too fast. I feel like I am. I know when I first started making videos, I did talk too fast, and I kind of stopped that. I feel like I talk at a much more normal pace now, but I feel like I'm talking really fast right now. So I apologize for everything that's going on. All right, back to this little guy. This is from Fortune Cookie Soap. This was in their Beauty and the Beast box last year, and I really loved this color, but every single time I put this on my lips, it just burned. So I can't do it anymore, unfortunately. I really wanted to go ahead and pan that because it was so pretty and it smelled wonderful, but just the burning sensation, I just can't handle that. Right, now moving on to all of the makeup that I'm going to be donating to that little pantry that I mentioned. First off, I've got 3 different mascaras here. Here is one from Revlon. This is the Ultra Volume Mascara. You guys know that I've got this huge mascara collection that I'm just trying to get whittled down. So I thought I would throw in a couple of mascaras. I've never used this one, so I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Here's a little mini Too Faced Better Than Sex. I think this stuff looks really pretty, but it flakes horribly on me, so hopefully somebody else can find some joy in that and it works better for somebody else. And then here is the Ulta Plush Drama Volume Mascara, another one that I've never used, but again, just trying to whittle my collection down. Then here is a little blush that I've got from Too Faced. This is just a little sample size, and this is the Love Flush Blush in Your Love Is King, and it's just a very dark dark color. You guys know I'm very, very sparse with my blush. It's not my favorite makeup product. And that one's just a very dark color. I don't think I've ever used it, so I definitely feel comfortable donating it, and maybe somebody else with a deeper skin tone or somebody that likes a lot of blush will be able to use that. Then here is something, I believe I got this in an influencer box. It's just, you know, for one reason or another, I never ended up using it, and I feel like my voice sounds really, really weird right now because of all this phlegm that I got going on. So I apologize, and it feels really weird to talk right now. But anyways, this is the Bronzed Glow Duo. For whatever reason, I just never have used that, so I'm going to go ahead and pass that along. Then I've got two eyeliners here. Both of them are from Ulta. I think all of the Ulta stuff that I have here are just little free samples or free gifts that I've gotten in like Black Friday purchases. You know, they give out those big bags. So I think that's where most of this Ulta stuff came from that I'm going to be giving away. But you guys know I love Ulta eyeliners. I think they're amazing, but I've got these two. They are unused, so I'm going to go ahead and pass them along since I do have a very large eyeliner collection. Both of these are just dual-ended eyeliners. I think they've got black and deep brown on both of them. And then I've got this little Ulta palette as well. Again, this I think was just a free gift in a Black Friday purchase from a couple years ago. I have never used this or swatched this or anything, and it's actually quite pretty. Obviously I don't know about the pigmentation, but hopefully somebody can make that work. I think the colors are really nice, so that'll be nice to pass along to somebody. Then I've got three other little eyeshadow quads or duos or trios. Here is one from Clinique, then here is one from Pacifica. I know this was from an Ipsy bag, and I might have swatched this, but I don't believe I've ever used that on my eyes. And then same thing with this little duo from Pixie by Petra. This is the Apricot Glow. And it is really cute, but you know, I've got so many eyeshadows. These ones just are not getting any love here in my house, so happy to pass them along to somebody. Then here's one of those Lorac eyeliners that I mentioned in the other part of the video that I am not going to be giving away because they were used and kind of gross. This one I have not used, and it does not look gross, so I definitely feel comfortable giving that one away. It is a really pretty green color, so hopefully someone will you know, use that. You could do a really cool dramatic look with that if you felt like it. And then here is another thing from e.l.f. This is their lip exfoliator, and I talked about having this in my last video because I'm trying to pan the other one that I have of these in my rolling project pan for the year, and I really don't like this thing. So I had another one. I got it from an influencer box I think last year, so I decided I'm just going to go ahead and pass this one along. Hopefully somebody else will like it. And then I have this little perfume sample. I have sprayed this a couple of times, but since it's a little perfume sample, you know, there's no risk of contamination really with this. This is the Elizabeth and James Nirvana Rose scent, and I tried to make it work, and I just personally really did not care for how that smelled. So I'm going to pass that along, and hopefully somebody else will like how that smells. Then I've got two Benefit lip glosses here. I've got the Hoola one and then the Sugar Bomb. I'm just not a big fan of lip glosses. I've never used those, so passing them along to somebody else that might like them. And then here are two other lip glosses. These are both just little mini sizes. This one is from Mally. It's just very, very sparkly, not really my style. And then this one is from Buxom, and this one is called Dolly. Again, this one's got a little bit more sparkle in it as well. Not quite as much as this one, but again, I just don't really like lip gloss. I don't really reach for it anymore, so I decided to give that away. And then the last thing that I've decided to go ahead and donate to the little pantry is a little Ulta lipstick. This is a matte color in the shade Mulberry. It's hard to see. It is a clear cap there, but it's kind of hard to see. I think it's like a dark berry color, and it is all wrapped up, so I just decided to go ahead and give that away as well. So that is everything then that I'm currently going to be decluttering, and then hopefully coming up within the next month or so on my channel, I'm going to be doing a big makeup inventory video, so look out for that. I definitely wanted to get this video up first and get everything out of my collection that I didn't want going into the inventory, so like I said, watch out for that video. It should be coming within the next month or so, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and spending a little bit of time with me. If you like declutter videos, please go ahead and give this one a thumbs up. I would also really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future uploads. We can also connect on Instagram. I will have that link listed in the description box below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!